Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning into this video. Today I am out on location. I am at Northshore RC Park here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm going to be trying out some 1.2 tires and just messing around with a couple other RCs. For those of you that are local to East Tennessee and you've never been to Northshore RC Park, I do recommend it. It's a pretty gnarly park. I've got 3 RCs with me today. They're all 24s, 2 Deadbolts and a Gladiator. And Northshore RC Park is primarily, I would probably say it's more of a 10 scale type park, but I don't have any 10 scales with me today. Just brought the 24s because if you've seen my previous videos, I got some 1.2 tires for my super stretch Deadbolt that I'm kind of wanting to give a go and see if they're going to grip any at all. But I guess I'm going to start the video and just give you guys a quick rundown here just on some of the obstacles here at the park, and then I'm going to pull out my RCs and see if I can have any luck with them. So this is the beginning of it here, and again, I'm not going to do the entire park. I don't want to bore you guys to death, but yeah, there's rock and obstacles here pretty much everywhere. Pretty gnarly section over here. And again, I mean, it's I'd say more suited for 10 scale. I do think I've seen some 24s out here in the past. I don't know how much luck people had with them, but I've seen some 10 scales out here do some pretty crazy stuff. And you got a little pond over here. And I see people fishing out here quite a bit. I've never seen anybody catch anything. Not saying there's no fish in the pond, I'm sure there is, but never seen one caught. And also too, I'm sure you can see in the video, there's trees out here everywhere. So whenever it's hot and sunny, you do get breaks from the sun, a little bit of shade. There's not a lot of, well, there's nobody here today actually. They're calling for rain this afternoon, and actually it was supposed to be raining this morning and it didn't. So I'm assuming people aren't out here just thinking it was going to be wet and rainy. So I'm going to try to get as much in as I can before the rain does hit. This over here is a pretty cool section. Yeah, one of the climbs I'm going to try to make with these RCs I brought is this right here. And you probably can't tell it in the video, but that's pretty doggone steep. And honestly, I don't even know if the 24s will get up that, but I am interested to at least see how far the 1.2, let's see, I brought 1.2 rock crushers and 1.2 dirt grabbers. And I'm just kind of curious. The other 2 RCs will be running scramblers. And I'm just kind of curious to see what the 1.2s, how far they can get up compared to the scramblers I got on the other 2 RCs. Yeah, it's kind of a cool section right here, maybe for a 110 to come up here from the bottom, come up this, and then circle back around and get back up to the top. I don't think my 24s could reach over this spot right here. I may try it. We'll just wait and see. But yeah, if you're local to East Tennessee, never been, like to get out, run your RCs, definitely a cool place. And again, it goes back probably another 50, 60 yards. And at the end of it, there's a little creek. If the water isn't too high, if it hasn't rained a lot, you can drive your 10 scales through the creek, and it's got a little bridge to cross over the creek. A little cool area, a little picnic area down at the end. But you could literally bring an RC out here and run it for hours on completely different obstacles. I mean, it's just, but yeah, yeah, fixing to pull out the 24s, see if I'll have any luck with them. Folks, I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, these are the 3 RCs I brought with me. That's the red Deadbolt, and it's got a front stretch and a rear stretch. It's got a wheelbase of 6 inches. It's the same wheelbase as the stock Gladiator. Well, I mean, the Gladiator is not stock, but the wheelbase is. But yeah, he's got the same wheelbase as the Gladiator, and then there's the super stretch Deadbolt. Has the longest wheelbase out of any of them, and his wheelbase is 6 3/4 inches. So he's got 3/4 of an inch of advantage on the wheelbase. But he's running those 1.2 dirt grabbers, RC 4-wheel drive. We're going to see if the dirt grabbers are rock grabbers. But red Deadbolt up first, better known as Blaze. See if I can get him up this here. So far, so good. Until he gets to that point. I got him in the low power setting right now. May try to up that here in a minute. See if any wheel speed might help. Oh, nice. And he's running scrambler tires, half foamed and vented. Yeah, I didn't think these things would make it up this, but I just want to see who can make it up the furthest. So I'm going to back him back down, up his power setting to 2, and try it again. All right, I got his power setting back up to, turned up to 2, and see if any wheel speed might help. This rock is kind of slick too. Ah. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it. And down he goes. So that's a no-go for Mr. Red. See what the Gladiator can do. All right, now we got Cowboy. Cowboy. Same tires as the red Deadbolt. And he's just creeping right up. That might be as far as he goes. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on. Oh, he's so close. Yeah, scrambler tires, half foamed and vented. I think he made it a little further than Blaze. I think if I could maybe get his right front tire over that little crevice there, maybe I could. No, I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh. He's in a bad spot now for sure. I don't think he's got it. Nope. Down he goes. All right, fixing to give the super stretch a go here. And just to recap, the 1.2 tires, I mentioned in a previous video that they are slightly stiff and that I would maybe consider trying to run them if they didn't do well with the foam in them, to take the foam out and see if that helped any to soften them up. And the wheels are deep dish Mofo RC. Man, I forgot the name of the wheel. It may be the only 1.2 wheel that Mofo has on their website. Lone Star, that's the name of it. I'm pretty sure you can get those wheels in 3 different types, 3 different offsets. But I did run it a little bit at my home course without the foams, and I think I even mentioned it in the previous video that I was afraid that the wheels wouldn't be able to hold the bead without the foams, and sure enough, that was correct. I mean, as soon as I put a pretty good amount of pressure on the tire, they popped right out of the bead. So I had to put the foams back in. So full foamed 1.2 RC 4-wheel drive dirt grabbers. We'll see if they have any luck here at all. And the Gladiator, there's a little line in the rock about 6 inches in front of him. The Gladiator, I'm pretty sure, made it to that point. I'm hoping he can at least get to that point, but it doesn't look like he's going to. And again though, this rock is really steep, probably a little much for a 24 scale. Well, that didn't take long. That's what I get for talking and trying to drive at the same time. But we'll try it one more time. And just the size of these tires, I was hoping they would have some pretty good grip to them, but it doesn't look like they're going to be anything spectacular. Wait a minute, maybe I just got him on the right line. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was all wheelbase right there, folks. Not sure if it was the tires or the wheelbase, but either way, he made it up. So stay tuned. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, next obstacle here. We got this rock climb to make, which it's not quite as steep and it's not nearly as tall. It does have that little ledge on the bottom of it that might give them a little bit of an issue. Just a quick recap on something I forgot to mention while I was shooting this video. The red Deadbolt and the green Deadbolt are both running 43mm shocks, and they've both got limit straps on the front to stop the front end from rising too bad whenever they're making steep climbs. And the limit straps are rubber bands. The red Deadbolt, the front shocks are mounted to the stock position, which is where I would prefer them to be. The green Deadbolt, the front shocks are mounted to the frame. I didn't have any choice on the green one because the front end is stretched out so far. If I had the shocks mounted from the stock position, they wouldn't have reached the axle. So I had to create new holes in the frame to mount the front shocks on the green Deadbolt. And with the front shocks mounted to your frame, it definitely causes extra rise whenever you're making steep climbs. And I think that becomes fairly apparent on this obstacle that I'm about to run these things up. The Gladiator is running 32mm shocks, and they're mounted in the stock position. So there's no limit straps on the Gladiator, really doesn't need them. There's not a lot of an issue whenever I'm trying to run that RC up steep obstacles. But I'm gonna see what these guys can do with this. And while I'm hitting reverse, he's climbing the Gladiator there. Yeah, that was accidental, folks, but it looks good. I don't think the Gladiator appreciates that too well though. And all 3 of these are running the same motor, the Furytech Komodo brushless with the Furytech Combo ESC. Let's see if I can get him over this first ledge here. Oh, I thought I let out on it. I think I had him over it, but I let out. Again, talking and driving don't mix. Not to mention I'm trying to video at the same time as well. So let's do this again. Oh. Got him on the 2 power setting just to give him a little momentum to bump over that ledge. And he got it. Uh-oh, come on. Oh, he's so close. He is so close. His front left tire's got a little bit of a steep climb to make. He can't get his front left tire over that rock. Bam. I thought getting over that bottom ledge would have been the toughest part, but got him. Let me go a little bit more to the right here. There it is. Gladiator up next. I would kind of have been expecting the Gladiator to do a little bit better on the steep climbs with the shorter shocks, but we'll see what he can fare on this little deal. Ah, got him over that. And I am hitting the steepest section of this rock. And he's hung up right now the same place the Deadbolt got hung up, the red Deadbolt. That front left tire's got that jagged part of the rock sticking up. He can't get his tire over. But he makes it. Success with the Gladiator. Let's try super stretch. Uh-oh. There it is. Yeah, see his front end. Front end had some good rise on it there. Which means I'll probably have to tighten up the rubber bands on his limit straps there. Let's try that again. Get that at this angle. Yeah, see that front end? It's just... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to tighten up his limit straps for sure. He is on a little bit steeper part of the rock though. Let's see if he can make that. Front end's rising some. He's on the section that the Deadbolt couldn't get over, and the Jeep finally did. Come on, pull it out, pull it out. Nope. Limit strap tightening. All right, I'm gonna give him one more go here. Try a bit of a different line if I can finagle him over. Yeah, I think his biggest problem, honestly, is just having those front shocks mounted to the frame, and there's really nothing I can do about that. I'd say tightening up his straps might help a little. Let's see if I can get him up right here. Come on, you're so close. Got it. Yeah, at least the front tires stuck good enough to get him up that, so I am kind of happy with that. Probably in the future to maybe tighten up them front limit straps. I do kind of, if you tighten them up too tight, even though they're toward the center of the axle, if you do get them kind of tight, it does affect your suspension slightly. It does take away a little bit of your side-to-side suspension, so I don't even know if I want to tighten them up or not. I think a lot of it is just having those front shocks mounted to the frame, but it is what it is. I have no way around that just due to his front end so far stretched out. But either way, folks, going to see if I can find a little bit of something else to get into. Stay tuned. All right, we got this section up next. Definitely a little different than what I was just trying. Instead of straight up, it's more, I need a little bit of flex on this. I'm gonna drive them up through there, see if I can get them through that little section right there. There's just not a ton of obstacles out here for a 24 scale RC, so I'm just trying to make the best of what I got. See if I can get him over this little section here. Mr. Blaze. There it is. Don't drive him off the cliff there. So far, so good. Section coming up might be a little tougher. We'll see. And he gets it. Nice. Gladiator up next. Okay, Gladiator up, and he does have a bit of a suspension disadvantage running a 32 millimeter. Probably isn't going to flex nearly as well. We'll see if it has any effect here. Definitely looking a little off camber right there. But he gets it. Yeah, definitely not flexing quite as good, but he's still able to make it. Scrambler tires working well. Super Stretch up next. All right, I'm curious to see how the Dirt Grabber tires grip right here. He should kill this. Should kill it. Oh yeah. Not bad, not bad. Seems like he's not gripping quite as well is the scramblers. He's a little wider here. He'll have a he's got to go up the high side. They get him through it. So far so good. I don't think these tires grip quite as well as the scramblers, but again, they are full foamed. Scramblers are half foamed, invented, so and I'm impressed with the Enduro Emax servo handling these bigger tires. So far it's handling them pretty well. I don't know how long it will, but so far so good. Nice. Whenever I was doing this video, I also brought a set of RC4 drive 1.2 rock crusher tires, and I was planning on putting those on and running those a little bit, but time kind of got away from me, and these tires actually did a little bit better than I thought they would do. I mentioned in the video that I don't think they grip quite as well as the scramblers was gripping, and I don't think they grip probably as well as the little guy Trail Kings that I used to run on this Deadbolt. But due to the size of these tires, I think that kind of makes up a little bit for the slight lack of grip, because they obviously do help kind of clear things a little bit better with the added ground clearance. And the grip on these tires is not horrible by any means. So for now, I think I'm going to keep the dirt grabbers on there for a while and run those a little bit. I think I may end up making a little bit of adjustment to my limit straps, maybe tighten those up just a little bit, just slightly, to kind of help stop the front end from rising up, because I do kind of like to climb steep stuff from time to time. But all in all, yeah, I'm fairly happy with what the 1.2 RC4 wheel drive dirt grabbers was able to accomplish. They didn't perform too awfully terrible. And all three of these RCs are running RC all-wheel drive portal axles. And I'm also pretty happy with how the axles held up, especially in situations like what the Deadbolt's in now. After I quit recording, a group of fellas showed up, a few of them I knew, and they were all running 10 scale RCs. And I ran this Deadbolt a while and got it in some pretty precarious situations, and axles held up good, didn't have any brakes. Turned out to be a pretty good day. I mentioned earlier in the video about having my suspension on this Deadbolt mounted to the frame, and that was causing me troubles trying to make steep climbs due to my front end tending to rise. But in situations like this, having your suspension mounted to the frame is a definite added plus, because it does allow your suspension to travel and articulate much better. So it's kind of a fine line on what you're doing with your RC. If you're climbing steep grades or just going over a big rocky mess like this Deadbolt's doing now, I'm kind of hoping that maybe if I tighten my straps just slightly, that'll kind of keep my front end down somewhat when making steep climbs and still give me the articulation that I need to go over obstacles like what it just went through. Blaze wanted to get in on a little bit of the action, so he took care of business making this climb here. Folks, I had a really good time shooting this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I've got a new build coming up soon that I'm going to start on an RC from scratch. A few other pretty good ideas for some pretty cool videos that I hope to do in the near future. So folks, stay tuned for the next one.